Host, Heather Vickery, and I am so excited that you chose to give me just a little bit of your time today because here's the really cool thing. Here's the big secret. You didn't do it for me. You didn't even know it. You did it for you. Taking the time to show up for yourself, to be introspective, to reflect, to reassess, to be honest. That is powerful, badass work that you can only give yourself. Remember that empowerment is inside work. No one can empower you. I certainly can't empower you. I hope to guide, mentor, inspire, lead, all of those fun things, but I can't empower you. You do that yourself when you show up and say yes to this work, this internal work. So, for those of you who are new here, my name is Heather Vickery. I am a transformation coach. What does that mean? It means I help you go from where you are to where you want to be, mainly through utilizing subconscious reprogramming, NLP work, human design work, and other success coaching strategies. I help you learn to lead from embodied joy because what I know for sure is that when we show up from a place where joy is our foundation, we show up differently, we engage differently, we connect differently, we get different responses. And this is how we elevate the world. Joy, hope, happiness, even love and success, these aren't things that you have to earn. They're yours. You get them by birthright. They are for you. I promise. Now, if you're hearing that and you're going, I don't know. Well, then there is some bullshit programming that's been put on you that doesn't have to stay there. And I would love to help you shift that narrative. Today, we're specifically talking about what alignment means. And in my NLP, human design, spirituality, woo woo world, we talk a lot about alignment. Alignment is that inner awareness, that inner knowing that you are making the right choices for you, that the things you're saying yes to are the right things, that you feel good about how you're spending your time, how you're engaging, who you're engaging with. Alignment is a beautiful gift, but it isn't actually something that you can create. It's something that you embody. So whenever I hear somebody say, "Oh, I'm working really hard to be aligned," I go, "Yeah," because it's not something that you can fix or create. It's you showing up, it's listening to your body, it's understanding what your yes is and what your no is, literally physically feeling it in your body way before your mind can get involved because our minds do not always tell us the truth. They are very easily manipulated, but our bodies know what is for us. Our bodies are brilliant, they're intelligent, and we often do not slow down enough to actually hear what our body is telling us. What I love so much about human design is that it has allowed me to be so much more curious, to recognize that we are all created and designed so differently. Every single one of us is unique and different. So, I'm going to share some tips and tricks and tools and things that have worked for me, that have worked for hundreds of clients. You take what you want, what you identify with, what resonates with you, and grow that and use that. Use it as a way to gain more information. Awareness is the number one key thing that is required for transition, transformation, and growth. You have to know something before you can do something about it. And once you're aware, you cannot become unaware. Once you know something, you cannot unknow it. This is why education is so powerful. This is why books are so powerful. Conversation, communication, community engagement, because once you know something for sure, then you cannot unknow it, which is beautiful. And what I want for you is to know yourself for sure. What is for you, what is not for you. And I utilize all of these tools and these resources in my Mind Shift Mastery program and my Spark Collective, which is my community membership that's just $18 a month. If anybody wants to come and join us there, even in my retreats, we have the Costa Rica retreat coming up in January of 2026. That's a whole week of being embodied and aligned, finding time to sit with yourself, ask yourself these questions, learn from yourself, breathe, rest, reclaim yourself. Alignment is not a buzzword, it's actually a nervous system strategy. When you are deeply aligned, your nervous system is not on red alert all the time. And this is where I really love combining human design and NLP work, subconscious reprogramming, because we get so used to like this, like we're up here and the energy is high and oh my gosh, constant entertainment. We constantly need to be going and we don't have any attention span and all of those things. That's programmed behavior, right? The social media companies, they programmed us. Society has programmed us to think that we aren't good enough the way we are, that we have to learn more or be more or do more. It's not true. The hustle mentality does not serve you. Now, you may be a generator in human design. And if you are, then you've got that sacral motor and you can go, 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 but only as long as you're saying yes to the right things and no to the right things. Alignment is a psychological state. Alignment is when your body knows before your mind does. And that's a gift that I really want each and every one of you to be able to maintain, to possess, to carry with you. I want you to show up. I want you to be seen. I want you to charge what you're worth. If you're an entrepreneur, I want you to ask for help when you need it, because asking for help is such a powerful sign of success and leadership and growth. That mindset of never mind, I'll just do it myself. I can do it myself. I do it better myself. That is an unaligned response to a society that does not support you in the way that you deserve to be supported. And there are so many tools and resources. I always hope to be such a great coach, guide, mentor, support system for anybody who likes the message that I'm sharing. But this work only works if you take radical responsibility for yourself. We have to stop focusing on all the other shit that's broken or all the other things that are wrong. Because yes, those things are bad. Yes, all of these bad things are happening in the world, in the country. People do harmful, hurtful things to you. That is a true story, right? And then what I need you to do, what I want you to do, when I want to help you learn to do, is take radical responsibility for yourself and say, okay, given this thing that I know, now who do I want to be in this moment? How do I want to be in this moment? How do I want to feel in this moment? What do I want to choose? What intentional action do I want to take next? See, you're the only one that can do that. Nobody can do it for you. You have to pick it. And at the heart of this, some of the work that I love the most is when we choose to do subconscious shifts. So I do those with clients all the time. I have one-off subconscious shift sessions. We do them in groups. I do them at retreats. We do them in, the Mind Shift Mastery. There are tools and resources and ways for you to unwire all the bullshit nonsense that's put on you, and instead have the patterns of belief, the thoughts, the behavior that serve you. But you can't know what that is unless you pause to ask yourself the questions and sit with yourself to get the answers. No one else is going to give you the answers. Now, one of the other ways that I personally do that, I do that through conscious slowing down. I'm a slow morning kind of girl. That works really well for me. I get up. Now, when it's summer, it's a lot easier in the summer. I even get to sleep in a little bit. But during the school year, when I have to get my kids to school, I still try to choose this, even if it's a truncated version. I get up, I grab my coffee. If the weather permits, I go outside barefoot. I do some actual grounding. I speak to the universe. I settle myself. I declare an intention. And then I sit down and I just sit with myself. I choose solitude and peacefulness. Sometimes I'll meditate. Sometimes I do a mind movie or a subliminal audio. If you're not familiar with subliminal audios, I love those. I have a few of them on sale on my website. And then we have an entire collection of human design subliminal audios coming in the next couple of weeks. But I also create custom ones. And I create custom subliminal audios for myself all the time. Whenever a limiting voice or a block or something presents itself to me, I will create a subliminal audio for myself. And I listen to whichever one feels the most aligned in that moment. I love them because it's really simple, quiet, subconscious reprogramming. It's subliminal work. It just sounds like relaxing music, but your subconscious is doing the work while you're resting or doing something else, taking a walk, doing the dishes, making dinner, working. I will play subliminal audios in the background all the time. And the 4 subliminal audios that I have for sale on my website all came because they were things that I knew I needed. And I'm a 1-3 in human design. So the 1 is the investigator. We are always looking to learn more, to grow more. We are super, super curious. And the 3 is a constant learner. And here's the trick: we learn by doing and failing and talking about it out loud. We share our process out loud, and that helps people find answers for themselves and seek themselves. It's actually really, really cool. So I have, I think, ease with sales and marketing, creating abundance and wealth. I love that. Like, I can step up, I can take up space, I can do things that feel challenging, I can be creative, I can be confident. There's an I can one. And then also joyful warrior, which I love. How to be joyful and peaceful even when the world around you literally feels like it's on fire, or maybe it actually is on fire. So those are 4 subliminal audios that you can get right now on my website if you're curious. But I do them all the time. So listening to subliminal audios, just sitting in silence, just being outside. The sun, I'm a sun girly. Like, I think I was a plant in a former life. I feel rooted and grounded. We have a full moon tonight. So here's a little, like, maybe for some of you, this is over the top witchy woo woo vibes, but I love it. I am going to lay in the grass. I'm going to wear my robe, and then I'm going to put my skin on the grass in the moonlight, and just allow myself to feel and be connected to the earth, and to expand and hear myself. It's all about finding time to ask yourself those important questions, to reassess, reflect, and then figure out how to get up and do it again differently. Maybe it won't always be better, but it will be different. And this is how we continue to move towards alignment. And remember that alignment is where your nervous system is calm, it trusts you. Your body has the answers that it needs to support you, to guide you, to gift you with the knowledge that your manipulative mind might not be ready to accept. It's the showing up that counts. That's the work. It's the showing up. It's asking yourself, what do I want to try? What do I want to explore? How do I know? So let me ask you this question. The last time you just knew something was for you, how did it physically feel in your body? And I have had lots of different answers, and I don't necessarily want to tell you because I don't want you to think that you're supposed to feel like somebody else. Every client that I have, their answer is a little bit different. But how does it physically feel when you know, hell yes, this is for me? How does it physically feel when you're like, whoop, nope, I don't want that? And I don't want you to think about the words that come to your mind. I want you to tell me where you feel it in your body, what that feels like, because that is your key indicator of what direction you should go. Trust me when I tell you that you don't need to try harder. You need to feel safer. You need to feel safer in your body. You don't need more willpower. That's not what you need. You need more alignment, and not the kind that sounds like, I mean, I'm a big fan of self-care. I love self-care, and I love big self-care, like going on the Costa Rica retreat with me, huge self-care. I like little fluffy spa-like self-care. I take an Epsom salt bath several times a week. I'm a big fan. Go for a walk, do some stretches. Oh, I love that. For me, some deeper self-care would be, and alignment is all of the subconscious reprogramming, doing EFT tapping. Are you familiar with EFT tapping? Game changing work. If you want to know more about that, drop a comment and I will tell you more about EFT tapping, subliminal audios, again, all of that. But also, it's that deep, embodied, anchored kind of alignment where you're really sitting with yourself. You're really asking yourself important questions, and regularly. This is part of the Brave method. So the Brave method is my personal approach to problem solving, dreaming, designing, building, and actually having a life that you love. I wrote about it in my book, Fuck Fearless, Making the Brave Leap. This talks about the Brave method, right? And so the Brave method, Brave is an acronym. Stands for boundaries, the 3 R's: reassessment, reframing, resilience, action and accountability, vulnerability, and then the E is your result: expansion and empowerment. And remember, no one can expand or empower you but you. You are the only one with that gift. You are the only one with that power. The only one. It's just you. You have to choose yourself. You have to choose the path. You have to choose the work. You have to choose the things that you know will take you from where you are to where you want to be. And most of the time when I work with clients, they come to me because what is happening is no longer acceptable and they don't have the answers. They don't know what the next step is. They don't know what they want the end result to be. They don't have any idea how to get there, but they know that what's happening right now is not sustainable and they no longer want to accept it. Boundaries are limits that define acceptable behavior, and you get to decide what's acceptable for you, right? We all have limits. So the 3 R's are my favorite part of the Brave method. And it's reassessment, reframing, and resilience. Resiliency is the number one key indicator into whether or not you will be successful. And resiliency is not about skill. It's not about natural born talent. It's about the ability to see that there's hope, that things change, that there's possibility for the future. Right? It's looking at something and going, that did not work. Okay, do I want to try it again? How can I shift it? Or do I need to let that go, release it? I love that. Angela Duckworth's book, Grit, is excellent if you want to learn more about the power of resilience. She's the leading scientist on it. It's really, really cool. And that's kind of one of my favorite things in the world. I feel like I'm always 2 or 3 years ahead of big awareness campaigns where I feel like this work is like internal spiritual woo woo work. And then all of a sudden, science comes in and says, oh, yeah, that's real. Neuroscience, quantum physics, all of that says, yep, that thing that you've been thinking about or that people made fun of you for, that's real. Like resilience, like reflection, like alignment, like embodiment. We've measured energy. Do you want to know when scientists measured different energies, what energy has the most force? It's authenticity of all energy. And a lot of people would say it was fear or love, but it's authenticity. People know when you're being true to yourself and when you're being honest. We can smell bullshit. People can smell, they can tell, right? It is time to show up as you. It is time to take up space as you. It is time to choose your joy, choose your peace, choose yourself. It does not mean that you cannot be a kind, thoughtful community member or caregiver. In fact, I believe deeply with my whole heart and soul that you will be a better community member and caregiver and parent and partner and loved one if you fill your cup, if you choose your joy, if you seek your own peace. You have a healthier foundation for loving and supporting and caring for others. You model that behavior for them, you inspire them. If you can choose gratitude, gratitude is one of the only ways scientifically proven to decrease stress, anxiety, and depression while increasing overall happiness, joy, and well being. Something as simple as listing 3 to 5 things you're grateful for every day and why will neurologically shift you. It does stimulate your parasympathetic nervous system. It absolutely gives you just a little more oomph in what you're doing. You don't even have to believe me. Just try it. Just try a gratitude practice. You can I have a gratitude journal called Shift Your Focus. You can get that if you need a guidance or support, but you can do it on your own. You can get a gratitude accountability partner. You can keep a list on your phone. You can handwrite it. The thing is with gratitude, it has to come out. It can't just be in your mind, although that's helpful too. I do think about gratitude all day, literally as I move through every single day. I'm like, okay, I'm really grateful that I get to be in this sunspot today. I'm grateful for the beautiful candle I have burning in my room. I'm grateful for technology that allows me to be on TikTok and Substack and LinkedIn and YouTube all at the same time. I'm grateful for my headphones. I'm not using them right now, but I use them all the time. I'm grateful for my chair and the step stool underneath me that helps alleviate the pain in my lower back. I'm grateful that I got to sit outside and listen to the birds chirp this morning. I do that all day long, right? But what gratitude does for you is it does help you stay aligned. It does help you stimulate your parasympathetic nervous system. And it does remind you that even though there are lots of really awful things that can be happening around you, that there is hope and there is possibility and that things change. Gratitude is a powerful, powerful tool. I want to know what it is you're creating. I can't talk. What you are craving for yourself, for your community, for your world. What is it that you're missing? If you had a magic wand, what would you shift? What would you use it for? How would you implement it? right? Because I have the tools and the resources to support you, but we need to know what you are desiring in the world. And I am here for you. I'm here every Thursday at 12 p.m. Central with a different way that you can step out of fear and into bravery and show up for yourself, empower yourself, tips and tricks and tools, hopefully just to light you up a little. I do a free Ask Me Anything office hours every Tuesday at 12 p.m. Central. Wherever you're watching this, there's a link in my bio. If you go to that link in my bio, you can see how to join my weekly Ask Me Anything office hours. They're free, but you do have to register. So I know you're coming. I can send you the link. If you're in Chicago, you want to come to the Chicago Empower Breakfast. If you want to book a subconscious reprogramming session, you want to know about the Spark Collective, any of those things, Costa Rica retreat, the link in my bio is going to take you anywhere that you want to go with any information that you want to have. But I want you to know that you are worthy of feeling good, of being joyful, of being peaceful, of trusting yourself, of taking up space, of being confident. You are worthy because you exist. You are worthy because you are here as a human being. You do not have to earn these things. And if there are stories or beliefs or internalized feelings that tell you otherwise, you do not have to accept that. You do not have to. And if you are ready to move beyond it, I would love to help you do that. Before we go, I'm going to pull a Create Brave card. These are a deck of manifestation cards that I co created with my amazing friend, Rachel Swanson. She's a creativity coach. I'm the Brave Method coach. A manifestation card deck is sort of like an oracle card deck or an affirmation deck. Manifestation isn't something that you just declare and it magically happens. Manifestation is declaring something and then shifting the way you show up in the world to make it happen. And this deck is really fun because it just helps you call you on your own bullshit a little bit. Think about things in a unique way. If anybody wants this or any of my books or any of my journals, you can get them on my website. They're all available to you. These cards are beautiful, aren't they? Look at this. They're all different directions. So I'm going to shuffle and I'm going to pull a card and you can just say what the card resonates with you. Like what's, hi, Lana. Well, what shows up for you? Tell yourself the truth. When you hear it, there it is. The card always just makes itself known. I don't know if you're a card person. I love them. I pull a tarot card every morning. Here it is. You guys ready? Let's see what we got. This is great. Shift. I feel like inevitably, whatever card I pull on my weekly live show is exactly the right card. Shift. I am not stuck. I can change my mind, my path, and my plan. Of course, this is the perfect card for the day that we're talking about alignment. You are not stuck unless you choose to be stuck. There is always at least one thing you can do to shift your circumstances, even if that thing is to shift your mindset and your perspective on how you want to be and who you want to be in each moment. You have so much more power than you give yourself credit for. You are strong and brave and joyful and powerful. Now I just want you to own it. So if there's any way I can help you own it, please let me know. If you like what I'm saying and what I'm doing, I hope you share the message, tell other people about it. Substack, restack, repost, share, invite other people to join, because this work only works when we work together. We are trying to build a more conscious community. We are shifting everything collectively. And that requires all of us. And it requires all of us to trust ourselves and love ourselves and stand in our power and take the time that we need to be kind and good to ourselves and to choose joy. I am Heather Vickery. I am so grateful that you chose to be here today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I hope I'll see you next week. Maybe I'll see you Tuesday in office hours. I would love to support you with subconscious reprogramming. If you are curious about human design, you can pull a free human design chart on my website. You'll find that link on my link in bio also. So if you want to know more about human design, you can pull your chart for free on my site. I'd love to have you do that. And then you can come to live office hours and ask some questions, or you can book a reading, whatever you want. If you're curious about the Costa Rica retreat, that is in January of 2026. We are going to be at the MLO Institute. It is a incredibly beautiful, luxurious experience. We are right in the middle of the jungle. You should know that. It is plant-based, gluten-free, dairy-free food, but it is eco comfort food. 5-star, delicious, best food I've ever had, anti-inflammatory, amazing. I will be taking people through conscious inquiry, self inquiry, somatic work, hypnotherapy, group EFT tapping. And then we also have local indigenous practitioners doing a sound bath, a cacao ceremony, clay ceremonies by the river bed, which is incredible. I've done it, it's amazing. Um, Breath work, all sorts of amazing, wonderful things. So if you are curious about Costa Rica, the retreat rates start at only 2,800. They go up from there depending on whether or not you have roommates or what size room you get. We have about 13 spots left for Costa Rica. If you're curious, I would love for you to let me know so that we can get your questions answered. Because once we're sold out for Costa Rica, we're sold out. That's a lot. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for being here. It is just a treat. It is a pleasure. I love that I get to do this work and support you and help you light yourself up and show up for yourself and take up space and prioritize yourself and your joy and your peace. My name is Heather Vickery. Thank you so much for being here. I am grateful and I hope to see you again soon. Don't be a stranger. Connect, comment, engage. Thanks, everybody. I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye. Now I have to stop it.